customization and catering what is priority in terms of needs and what is not?
So based on our experience, we have developed a methodology to manage the implementation projects. And the first part of the methodology is, okay, we have the planning, and then we go into the phase, the requirements analysis. And during the requirements analysis, we would go through the expectations and the needs from our customers. And that's something that we realize, and those who realize is that customers or companies, they tend to want the system to do exactly what they want, to follow exactly the instructions. And sometimes we need to advise them to actually, we call it re-engineering the processes to try to adopt the best practices that we will allow. So we would always, and the third part of the methodology is to believe we give Odoo as a solution. So it means that we would configure Odoo with the default features to match with the customer's requirements, okay, the basic features. Don't do any development, don't do any customization yet. And we present to the customer, this is how Odoo functions, okay? Maybe you don't need to do much more, you don't need to do much more customization, okay? But of course, there are situations where customization is required in this for specific industries, and we would, of course, accept to by the way, we have 100 developers in-house, so we are going to develop features. We manage more than 350 projects where we already develop specific functionalities. So we are also able to redeploy these modules for specific similar. Well, I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, that was quite detailed, and thanks for that. It's quite interesting. Because we know, like, sometimes as a customer, they might come up with requirements that are actually not needed, but that's going to cost them a lot in terms of resources.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they might even be limited in terms of budget. So that makes it like, sometimes for them it could be a deal breaker if they do not get their expectations managed right, or if they do not get like a deep understanding of what actually needs to be done. And another thing maybe I can add for you is just like the flexibility or to adapt to new processes in their business, because sometimes we can find like customers who want to recreate the same operational process that might not be optimized. Well, maybe you can suggest like more optimized process that can save them a lot. So here it's quite good also to manage their expectations right. Before I actually pass to my next question, please ignore the bag because I see like some people going to the food area. We're going to get there after this actually. So yeah. My next question, which is super simple, it is actually related to innovation and so. So I wanted to know more of how do you approach innovation within your team? How, especially like you foster or encourage your team to stay up to date for the new innovative like things that are up in the market, seeing that how you actually presented the e-invoicing from the government, which is actually quite new.
So our team, we have experts. We have experts maybe, and we also have so we are always looking for the latest technology, the latest business, and the latest product innovation. And we always try to integrate that into our daily working cycle. So for example, the e-invoicing topic that we did today is something that our team is right now going to the official websites, going to news press releases, things like that. So we're always aware and keeping up to date with things like this. So at the same time, whenever something like this is released, something that will affect businesses in Malaysia, especially, or even some latest avenues or so we just try to learn more about it. So we will get into contact with other people, we will just get more involved and joining more meetings or conferences. So we're just pushing ourselves to improve our daily, the way we handle our stuff in the sense of providing the best solutions to the customers, doing that, providing the best recommendations of how to handle any issues. So something like this, whenever the something like the e-invoice comes up, of course, since we have experience with Odoo, we do our due diligence, we do research and find out how can we implement this, what are the previous cases that Odoo has been used for us before. So in our case, it was a bit easier because we have done similar implementation in Australia. So only then we kind of find out, we kind of know what's the timeline, so we try to create some awareness. So that's why we picked that topic today, especially. So besides that, we also we don't really need much intelligence because most of our team have good background from the technological sense. Most of our team are from the engineering background. We also have team from the IT background. So we always it's embedded in ourselves. We always try to look at the information.
That's great. Actually, to be honest, if I was looking for an IT company that is going to digitalize my company, I would probably be looking for someone who is still up to date, who always up to date. So at least I can make sure that I'm getting the latest thing from the market. So that's very important to keep that in the team, also like foster that knowledge and encourage it within the team and the company. Great. Next, I'm going to go to you, Nicole. So knowing that you are actually the CTO, so this might be related mostly, especially for you. So sometimes communication can be hard with the customers, especially if you do not come with a tech background. So how do you ensure that effective communication within the team, to translate the customer needs from basic business needs to technical needs without being lost in translation?
Okay. Unfortunately, my technical teams will never talk to my customers. The reason is because I'm a very realistic people. I know that they were never able to meet the expectations. They will come up with all the judgments, and my customer will never be understand. So I fill the gaps with two people in between. One is the project manager, one is the business analyst. So these two people will actually fill the gaps between the technicals and the customers. So the business analyst will actually handle the customer expectations. Before that, they have one of our core values of our company is customer oriented. They have to put themselves into the customer's business, understand their business, translate all the business operations, and then massage the data and then translate that to the technical needs. That is how we do it.
That's really great. I mean, it's very important to make sure that the tech team understands quite well what the requirements are. Again, especially most of the business owners do not come from a tech background, so having someone who can translate that is very important. All right, that was really interesting. Since we still have some time before everything is set for the networking session, I would like to hear some of your questions. So does anyone want to ask any of our partners a question? Any question from the audience? Maybe some people from there? Right? You don't have to be shy. You can ask anything. Alright? Seems like no one is having any question. So, I guess that would be it. If you have anything to add? Any advice for the business owners that are looking for a software to integrate for their company? Any advice?
Right. My advice would be is to choose a system that can actually handle what you need. So most of the time it's going to involve some customizations and also something that's cost effective for the business. Because of course when you implement a system, it's going to be a long process. So you need to have your requirements clear, and once you have your requirements clear, you also need to basically know what the system has to offer. So which is something that you can see here for the demo that it will be a magnificent system that we have today. You can see that all of the features of what you need basically is there. So maybe you just need some additional enhancements. So that's where the customization comes in. That's where the partners, us as partners, will be able to help you. We can do the business. It's not easy to do the best for you. same time, it has to be cost effective. So Odoo is as cost effective as it can get compared to its equivalent counterparts. Odoo is of course the most cost effective. Being cloud-based is an additional benefit. Having a Odoo app that you can offer free once you have it. You guys can use it for free on a daily basis. Those are all of course added value and added benefits. So my advice is pick up the system, and I believe Odoo's are there.
I have an advice or something to say is digital transformation actually is a great exercise for business owners to look at the business, the operations, and think how you can actually improve the operations, right? So it's part of the digital transformation. So something that I would advise when you approach one of us as a partner, you come with us to us with requirements. So you look at your operations and try to understand how the system would work the best for you, and then you can share these requirements and the scope with us. And this would be the advice that I give, because sometimes we have customers or companies, they come to us and they expect the system to do everything they want, and they nurture what they want. So it's that's the advice. Prepare the scope before and try to understand how Odoo any ERP for the factors can help to do that.
Okay, I think one of the advice that I can give to the business owner when you want to start to transform your business digitally. First of all, I think we need to do it face to face. And the most importantly is that the implementer, any one of us who actually tries to implement the software to use, have to walk the journey together with the user. That is very, very important. Sometimes I believe that it's not the system to actually fail. Is we really have to make sure that the team member will really up to the pace, can adapt to the change. So the journey of companions, I always feel that is the most important element to determine the success of one implementations. That's what we always do. We walk the journey together with the listeners.
Great. That was really interesting advices. Maybe one more that I can add, which is the person who's looking for the ERP system that they're going to implement, maybe they need to also have not only a look on the micro scale of their business, but also the macro one, and look for scalability. So, and then find a system that will make it easier for them to scale up their business, or at least keep the growth, their steady growth, or like exponential growth going easily without having any issues in the team. All right, thank you once again. That was very, I would say, interesting advices. Now we will be moving to the networking event or session. So we actually still have up until 6 p.m. So you can enjoy small bites and also talk to our partners in their booths. As you can see there again, on that, proceeds and pre-com. So if you have any questions or any requirements that you have for your business that you want to ask them about the feasibility of implementing it for your business, please go ahead and approach them. Also, don't feel free to grab your plates or drinks and use the area inside and outside. We still have it both until